So now the lady is telling you, push the button if you agree, and otherwise you get out. Yeah, so we're recording now. And so Nico, last time I did some codes with you, and they were matters of the heart, let's say it like that. So what I want to do, because I believe that these codes are working best if they are in at least 3 sessions, but mostly 5 sessions. That were the images I got. We got those, I don't know what the word in English is, actually, but in restaurants, they serve those breads which are connected together, and they're like 5 or more pieces. You tear them off and you dip them in your oil or something like other butter.
Yes.
And we call it, translated, tear bread. So you tear it off and then you dip it in. And I had an image of 5-piece tear bread. So, and I had cut a couple of times, so it was for me clear that sessions should be in 5 times. And that's because the codes are deprogramming programs which are in your fields somewhere, and mostly they have 5 arms of an octopus, and so they are in different fields. And sometimes we don't even have a clue where they are or if they are there, but they are. So let me start with some codes, and if you can put your hand on your heart and close your eyes. And closing your eyes is more for, in the beginning, was more for my ego, because I'm doing weird things, but we're recording it so you can see it anyway later on. But it's also to get deeper in your inner world, and that's where it's all happening, so that you get more acquainted and realizing what's happening with these codes I'm making. So close your eyes, and in all time and space, because I'm a quantum healer in all dimensions, so I'm a multidimensional healer as well. So all time and space, all dimensions, I'm going to work on your heart area. And the heart area, in the heart, there is a certain point of the source. It's a photon of the source in the center of your heart. So I'm going to connect your 4 heart rooms to the center point. And the lower part of your heart, I'm going to connect to the central point. In the higher heart area, also connected, and the backspace of the heart, I'm going to connect all these different heart spaces, the 4 rooms, the upper, the lower, backspace, all to each other, connected. Now I'm going to widen the sphere around the photon of the source in your heart. So that's going to be like the size of a little tennis ball. So this tennis ball has more space for the photon to light up. And with this lighten up space of photon, we're going to make a connection with your higher self and a team of helpers, with the central sun and the source. They all will be connected to the central point in your heart. The source. And of course, we also connect you to the central point in Mother Gaia. So now your heart is the center of your universe. And to have the most benefit of it, we're gonna work with all your cells, every cell in your physical body. So we're gonna clean every cell of residue of emotions not needed anymore. Cell by cell. When all cells are cleared and cleaned now, so we can fill them with this empty, regained new space. You're gonna fill that with self-love, self-empowerment, and light, which is healing. And this is in all time and space, in all dimensions. And we do the same with all systems in your physical body, your bone structure, your muscle system, your blood system, your lymph system, any system we know or that we don't know. We're gonna clear them, clean them, and fill them up with self-love, self-power, and then healing light. And all is connected to the central point of the heart, the source photon in your heart. We do this with your energetical system, all the layers we know and we don't know. You're going to connect them, clear and clean them and fill them up. We do that with your cosmical system, all the layers in there, clear, clean, connect to the heart, fill them with this beautiful energy. You're going to do that with the collectible systems, the universal systems. So as a matter of fact, you are now a glow in the dark of all universes. Let this integrate for a while. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. So take your time. Enjoy the ride.
Thank you.
This is the basic part I always do. It's like connecting everything from the heart. Everybody's getting in really in the middle of the universe and being this star of the center of the universe. But at the same time, we have many experiences as inner childs. So what I do more and more often is to work with inner childs. And because these inner childs, they have experienced things, and with the experience, they went through all kinds of emotions, mostly a whole bundle of emotions. And they were never told at those days that they don't have to hold on to the emotions. So what these inner childs are doing is they have the experience and they have the emotions, but they could let go of these emotions. And this is a way of working which is really helpful and can be really interesting. So if you can close your eyes again, put your hand on your heart again. So I'm gonna collect and call upon all Nico's inner childs of all time and space, of all dimensions. And all these inner childs are collecting and making a massive circle around you. And remember, these are very old inner childs, but also the inner child of today. You just have connected everything in your system to your central part of the source, the photon of the source in your heart. But your inner child have the same parts, have the same photon. So we're going to connect every inner child's central part of the source in their heart with your central source part in your heart. And all these multidimensional and quantum inner childs are gathering in a circle, and we're connecting them with your heart to their heart. This is a massive connecting heart space area. And all these inner childs are now open to let go of the emotions they had accompanied with the experience they made at that moment. And we're really thankful and gratitude for what they have done. But now we can help them to release the not needed anymore emotions. So we're going to ask every inner child to let go of those emotions. Hold on to the experience. Let go of the emotions. Shurama. All this multidimensional quantum inner childs can let go of these emotions. They can either let it go into the universe or into the earth. It doesn't really matter. Let it go. And all these inner childs are letting those emotions go. They're not needed anymore. With this regained space, we're going to fill all this space with the power of love, the power of light, of healing. So all inner childs, of all time and space, of all dimensions, will be gradually and gracefully filled with the power of love and the power of healing. Shukrum pushkurumbash. Shumanam shut on chukutush marash by shoy shoy sho. And we thank all these inner childs, this big circle of inner childs, for helping us to get this release done, and thank them for the experiences they did for us, this hard work they have experienced for us. Shukum Ashanaya, the deepest, deepest gratitude we got for them. And tell them that we are always there for them. We will never let them out of sight because we are really deeply connected from heart to them. We thank them and let them go to their place where they want to go. Shukotatash. Shu, 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 mama, cha. How does it feel?
Wonderful. I feel the connection of actually all those parts opening and reconnecting and readjusting, and within the aspect of all heart area. And it's a very beautiful, beautiful experience. It's more of a reconnection. It's like the family coming back again within the heart.
That's so now you got basically two-thirds of the normal treatment in a wrapped up way. Because what I normally do, and you already mentioned it, it's regathering heart parts. It's not only regathering heart parts, also regathering soul parts.
Yes, absolutely.
So let's work on that. So put your hand on your heart, close your eyes, and just in all time and space, in all dimensions, we're gonna call up all Nico's soul parts, which are available and allowed to come back in this system, in this super soul and the high soul. So all parts of soul of Nico can come at this moment back to your high soul, to the super soul, to the central soul. Only if they are allowed and willing. But they are there. And if they are there and ready, they can come at this moment. So it will make the whole soul of Nico more complete. And all these soul parts which are not allowed or not able to come at this moment, they don't need to despair. There will be another moment that they can join. So so everything is in balance, everything is perfect. As always, shakapa, shukorampa, sha, shu.
Beautiful reconnection.
The funny thing is, in the beginning, when I started doing this, I was thinking, okay, this is done. this is complete. This is a complete session. But
yes,
during working with people, I do every Friday a free, on donation basis, Zoom healing, and some people have private sessions and come in the Zoom healing as well. And I do similar things then, and therefore I learned that this inner child work, this heart connection work, this soul regathering part connection work, it's like the same onion we're always working with, peeling the onion or creating the onion. So there are many layers to be worked with. So that it's not done ever. That's how I feel it at this moment, and but it's really comforting, this energy.
Hmm. And I do understand what you're saying. I do understand the aspect of the onion, which I use as well too with my clients. And I, I do understand that we have many layers upon layers within the aspect of our being because we're so multidimensional. And yes, I could see how a repetition of going within those aspects itself is what truly would actually get to the bigger core of what all that is. So good for you for doing it this way.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting.
Yes, I really feel the connections. I can actually see, because I see energy as a healer self. I can see within this self from in it and outside of it and within it. I can see how energy actually is connecting as you're bringing in these codes, and it's very interesting to see it this way. Light language for me is, I haven't been a part of light language all my life through my aspects of growth of spirituality. I've been more from the aspect of a different part of it.
Yeah.
And as I enter this new world, and as I met you, Robert, and a few other people as well within that aspect, I see the importance. And I'm realizing through my own experience, especially through the interaction of you with the other session we did, with this one that we're having right now, how it actually starts all fitting together a lot better. There's so many layers even within healing and spirituality, and I can see the value that you bring as we co-create within this work together. So I'm very blessed here, just receiving and walking with you on this journey. So thank you so much, Robert.
Yeah, and what I didn't tell you until now,
So much.
what I didn't explain until now is there's always a collective part in this. Every code I make is also always for the collective. So anybody who's listening later on to this, it's a time capsule. It's always valid. It's always working, but it's always there in light language, especially in my codes are really compact and really laser guided and very powerful. And they so if I direct my codes to you, Nico, it's if somebody else is listening to it, he or she will get the information necessary or needed from that light language as well. But this is especially focused on you, so you have the most benefit from it. But if I do group work and somebody has an issue and tells the issue, and I make my codes for that, then almost everybody in the group benefits from it. It's even when I in workshops start doing it's like getting people introduced to light language. I figure out their cosmical regional language, and I see them for the first time. I look at them, I connect to them, and then I speak a language which is belonging to the region they come from the galactic part they come from. And most often people who are listening, and it's not directed to them, and they're listening to it, they get the information as well. So it's very collective information almost always. It's very interesting.
Yes, and I can see how that fits together with what you do. And I can see how anybody because this video is being recorded right now, and it will be playing at a future date for anyone that is actually viewing us right now. I can see from the aspect of all this, because at the end of the day, we're all one. We're at different vibrations, but I can see that there is collective families around. And the ones that can resonate a lot more within this language, this frequency, this beautiful gift that you're sharing with me today. Yes, I can see how they will benefit. I can see how a lot of humanity could benefit from the work that we do, Robert. I can see how you have a big part, how you're a big part of this puzzle that brings that piece that is very, very valid and very important in the aspect of what we're doing. And I can only say this from the aspect of receiving and experiencing this.
Yeah.
You know, you will only know what we are talking about or what I am talking about from the aspect of experiencing. I only know from my experience.
Yeah.
And the experience itself that I am receiving right now within this moment with you, it's beautiful. It's very real. It's very real to me. It's very real to what I see with what's happening, because we are working on my heart. We are working within the aspects of connection and recalibration, and what I see myself is that you're assisting me creating a better version of myself, and that's a blessing.
Yeah, that's making me shy. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah, but it's I think that we're getting now in a time, no, not a time, a place in this timeline where we are able to progress more.
Yes.
And it's getting easier to pick up your tools and pick up your whatever is needed. And sometimes I'm like a facilitator. I can not even aware of what I pick up for you, but I know it's picking up for you what is needed.
Yes.
That's for, yeah. And I think it's be more like, I'm convinced that everybody speaks light language.
Yes.
But we forgot it. Like, and not everybody does it in the same way. And maybe I'm a little bit different than others. And we don't need to compare it to each other. But everybody has a basic light language because we come from somewhere in this universe or in other universes. And in the core, our language is light language. It's frequency. And so it's only just a matter of remembrance. And this whole evolution time helps to get more easily to the remembering. And so therefore it's rather easy to activate light language.
Yes. And you said something with time and these times as well, too, which I think it's really, really important that you said this, because there is more compression of light onto the earth right now. I can feel it. This is what keeps me up. But sometimes I wake up at 4 in the morning. And I think I was telling you this before. And it's like I can feel more compression. And depending on your sensitivity and how you accept compression or light, whatever, you will deal with it very differently, person to person. But yeah, there's a lot more information coming through. There's a lot more. What took a certain amount of time actually is taking less now.
Yeah.
There's a lot more information that is going through within the aspect even of my practice. When I have a client in front of me and I'm working on them, I know that the time it used to take to the time it takes now, it's like speeding up. Everything is speeding up. So yeah, it's very interesting times.
Interesting times. And sometimes it's hard because sometimes it's not really hard, but if you have programmed yourself or allowed to be programmed in office times or things like that, like rigid systems, then it's hard if you are at the office and you're really tired to take a nap because other people around you won't accept that. But in fact, if you are of self-love, you feel what your body is needing, what your system is needing, and you act upon that. And so you can have a little power nap for 5 minutes, but you feel I'm really tired, so I'm going to sit down for 5 minutes and just let it get in, because exactly as you mentioned, it's the enormous amount of high frequencies, light, And we are changing in our corpus. Our bodies are changing. The bone structure is changing. It's going from how do you call it in English? It's CO. The bone structure now is different, and we're going from this old system to the crystalline system. So everything is changing, and changing takes a lot of energy, and
Yes.
energy is in our bodies normally gained from sleep.
Yes.
So at the same time, we are awake at night because there are so many downloads of information getting into our system that we are almost in a tetra status, and we're not really asleep. But during the day, then we have to recover a little bit. And I believe that if you just give into that, not completely, but just a little bit, be nice to yourself, it will smoothen the whole process.
Yes, absolutely it will. And you just said something, there was a key that actually something came down right now as you were speaking itself, because it showed me with pictures. Like, let's take an example on me right now, because I am the client right now. I am the one that's receiving all this energy. I am seeing, as it was showing me, that as we clear more, as we reconnect those aspects within the onion we were talking about before, and creating a better space, a better reconnection itself, as this light is coming through right now, it can actually flow through me a lot easier. It can actually, I can be more part of this new energy that is coming through. I am right now cleaning, getting my filters clean by the process of actually the investment that I'm taking place of actually sitting with you at 7 something in the morning Toronto time, right? So yeah, we all have a part of this. I have a part of self-responsibility to actually search or reinvest in myself, to actually find space like this where I may receive a better frequency by the aspect of taking self-responsibility. And that in itself will show itself in many layers, because at the end of the day is, what is it all about? It's about the self, reconnecting to the self. And right now at 7:42 in the morning, you're assisting me with more of a reconnection to myself. So as this new compression of light is going through me, I have better understanding. I have better balance. I have a better part of integration within this part. So this is for all of us watching this. The reconnection, the going to work for that paycheck, okay? And not just at the office, the going to work on yourself for that paycheck itself is so important through spirituality and through energy work that we're doing right now. So thank you.
Thank you for the explanation as well. Yeah, of course. Yeah. And we're doing this together. It's my belief system. It's my higher self plus the helpers, and your higher self plus helpers. And they are at the moment just opening all these doors and windows so that we can interact with all these energies. And there are blue avians, and there are many people or beings we don't even can describe at the moment. But it's we're not alone, and that's the nice thing about it. And it's different than what the governments or those spokesmen tell us. It's more that or also churches, because they all try to make images of what the beings are. But it looks like that those images are completely opposite from what we can expect in the near future. But this whole my work is mostly just I'm like, somebody explained to me, and I felt it was true, that I'm a code and a key maker and holder of the holy, divine, and the source codes. So I can instantly create by frequencies codes which can directly help at the person I'm directing it. So and if I'm getting the intention or the purpose of the codes in my third eye, then it's like laser guided. It's like it's always getting where it's needed. That combination is, for me, it's in the beginning it was difficult because I started doing this a year ago.
Yes.
And in the beginning I was like, oh, light language, you look it up and you see people filling up with light language a whole hour. And I was like, oh, I can't do that, because for me it's like light language is just really powerful frequencies, very short. And I could never fill an whole hour, because then it would be fake and it would be not authentic. And I'm really authentic.
Yes.
So then I understood that I was a little bit different. But the good thing is that I can direct it at anything. If it's past life, future life, if it's in this dimensional being, it doesn't really matter if it's physical, psychological combinations. And then when we spoke about it, that you as a healer yourself, also, I like the metaphor of the bridge, that you tell your client you have to meet me up the middle of the bridge, because there is a energetical portal where we have to both go through. If you're not willing to meet me up halfway the bridge, then we're not meant to work together. Then it's not really, because it won't work then. And I like that metaphor, because I can do anything with people who are open and understanding that what's coming for them is from the highest good and from the highest light, and helping them.
Yeah. Yes. It's very interesting. We have two master key holders here.
Yeah.
What I do with my clients, I take them into other dimensions. I actually separate different parts of their bodies, and I actually take them into the light. And depending on their frequency and how much light they can take is how much further I can actually bring them up there. So when I actually bring them down, there's a new body, there's a new frequency, there's a new recalibration that takes place. It's like the old left us and the new came in.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting that we're actually having this meeting today, this connection of brothers, because I do consider you as my beautiful brother, Robert. And yeah, us sharing this energy together, especially receiving these gifts, because really, usually I'm on the other end, doing where your end is, and I really don't go through so much. Most of it is my own personal work that I do within myself. But no, to actually be here and say, you know what, let's open up to Robert and let's accept, let's take as much as my brother can share with me of what I need with my own personal self-growth. So for me, it's an honor to be receiving this right now, Robert.
But the energy is how do you call it? That brotherly energy is already paving the path. It's okay, it's like it's like there's no work in this.
Yes.
It's just like exchanging information, and along the exchange, of course, energies come with that.
Yes.
So if anybody, because I'm going to end this recording, but we're going to talk further, but if anybody is listening to this and watching this and is getting curious about anything, you can always contact Nico or myself. And if you want to have a session with the both of us, that will be enormously interesting for you. Then, because then there's no way out, there's no hiding. And I feel like Nico and I together will be very, very powerful. But maybe it's a bit much for everybody, but some maybe are interested in it. You can always contact us. I live in Amsterdam. I'm on Facebook. Nico is also on Facebook, and I got a website. Nico has a website. We got all this information, things we will put later on under this recording. But if you got any feeling, questions, are interesting, if you get interested in this, contact us. And what also is interesting is if you listen multiple times to the codes I gave to Nico, they will get into deeper layers of yourself. So do yourself the favor, at least listen twice to it, maybe more if it feels like it. So is there anything you want to add to this, Nico?
I think you actually said it perfectly. I think, yes, I think if for any of you that are looking for a major change in your life and are really at a place where, you know what, there needs to be an interchange, a new frequency within you, a new aspect of self-acceptance. As you feel me, as you feel Robert right now, like, this is very powerful work. And I know Robert from the experience of opening up to him, that we will do everything within our energies to assist and recalibrating you and reassisting you and walking with you to a better place, to actually a better version of yourself. And that's what we're all trying to do here. Find a better version of ourselves. So yes, contact us. If you have any questions, there's no questions that are silly questions. Like anything, if this is new to you, that's okay. Like, send an email, we'll get back to you. And yeah, if we need a little meet and greet for a couple minutes, just so we can sense each other before you actually take this journey, no problem as well too. Let's meet each other. Let's have this family energy coming back as one. So yes, whoever you are, wherever you are within the world itself, bless you and thank you for spending your time with us.
And we hope, of course, that you enjoyed it.
Yes.
Okay, so bye for now, everybody, and thank you very much.